Montreal, the land of two languages and a love of pop music.
Montreal is a pretty cosmopolitan city, and I see a lot of shows, and at any given night I could be at a country show or a rock show or a hip-hop show or watching a DJ.
Montreal is like an amazing place to develop your sound.
There is no cohesiveness within the music scene in Montreal, the music industry, because of this division between French and English.
I don't know why it is. It seems across the board in every facet of art and political life in this city. It just is, I don't know who's decided for it to be divided, but it is.
This music festival started out of it was a pure labor of love.
Okay, let's have a meeting. Let's invite everyone we know who's involved with music in Montreal.
Do you guys want to have like a festival that's like only, you know, like with Anglo bands only, or you want to include like French bands?
It's a French and English community, and there's French and English music.
Anything that works in Montreal happens because it's accessible to both the French and the English.
It's just about rock and roll, and let's go out, see some shows, have some fun, support, and build something.
Our fan base is mostly like 14 years old kids, French kids that don't really know English band. They know English bands, but they don't know the English local scene and all the underground scene in Canada.
Yeah, it's cool to see that English people kind of getting interested in French music. You know, when you play French music, you always restricted. And when people don't understand your basic language, you're very limited.
It's so very sad that I prefer to sleep in a Hollywood bed. And it's so very sad that I prefer a love so miserably red. Well, what did you want? Would you rather this in a different form? I don't I'm happy to say that I'm
By my accent, you can tell that I'm born and raised in a small town where most people speak French. I'd say 100% of people speak French. My goal when I joined the festival was like, listen, if we can have like something that mix both, what people call both cultures, forget about like all the languages issues, and say, well, we're playing rock and roll, no matter what, if it's French, Spanish, English, Portuguese, whatever, we have a chance to play like together and like let's just try to do it.
Je parle en anglais. I've seen kind of both scenes. On the English side, it's more of a brain thing, you know? You're analyzed a little more. On the French side, it's more like party time.
what is not fair is the mostly Anglophone people don't listen to French music.
It is pretty freaky, I think, for a lot of English-speaking music fans. If you walk into a French show sometimes, like I've brought people to French shows and they've just been like, holy moly, like I had no idea there's this whole scene going on.
I think that the town needed something like Pop Montreal.
In my area of expertise, which would be electronic music, the crowds are mixed because there's like not so many vocals. It's more like an instrumental format or genre. You find less segregation between audiences, you know. So you'll find French and English, like, you know, dancing to the same beat because there's no, you know, no lyrics, so it doesn't really matter. It's the most apolitical kind of music you can have. You know, there's not necessarily a message in it. It's pretty straight up, just beats, melodies, lyrics, things that cross cultures.
A lot of times the Anglophone community and the Francophone community are usually very separated. There's really not as many songs that come out with French lyrics. Like, you have to like go out there and find it because there's really not that many. But definitely, I like both. I don't care. It can be German, it can be Italian. Like, it doesn't matter as long as I like the song.
In Montreal, there's a lot going on. You know, if you're just aware of what's around you.
But there's so many artists here. It's just like the English and the French, they have different way to go.
Yeah.
Different music.
Don't be scared to leave him. You've been sad all season. You should think of something to say. Maybe you could tell him that from the day you met him, you've been making him less and less.
Sometimes in the middle of a show, if I say merci beaucoup, people laugh. But I don't know if that's English people thinking it's funny that I'm trying to sound French, or if it's French people appreciating that I'm making an effort.
My father's American and my mother's French from France, and I grew up in Montreal completely in between the two languages, and I write and sing in the two languages. They're very separate worlds, and if you're actually in between the two, you really realize to what extent there are two solitudes in the city. But this thing is really cool because, first of all, it's English and French, and they really made an effort to make it English and French.
Everybody in the organization wanted like to have like this opportunity to show the rest of Canada what Montreal was about.
Just kind of have that meeting place that you wouldn't normally have anywhere else in the world.
I think Montreal's a place where the two communities are starting to meet more and more, and I think that's going to happen in Canada as a whole.
They'll be singing, they'll be dancing, stories in the air.